Good day, good people. Once again, you've got the grumpy old nerds in your ear. As always, I am your Uncle John, your elder who knows way too much about comics, TV, and movies, and will tell you you're wrong about every damn thing. Over here is Uncle Rod, the Fireborough Ronin. What's good, sir?
What's good, everybody? What's good? Oh, dirt. DIRT. Dirt.
And underneath us, figuratively, is Cousin Amayu. Oh my. Hi, Cousin Amayu. we coming in hot today, baby. I can tell this is gonna be a spicy show. So,
Amayu, remind me to tell you something before we get out of here tonight.
Okay. Got
Right.
it. Is it about one of my cash cows or pay pigs?
Nah. I can't be an accessory to that. Nah. There's something else.
All right. Before anyone dares ask us what a cash cow or
Unless I get a percentage.
Then
I get a percentage, it's all on.
And now we add pimping to this. So before we go any further down that rabbit hole, we have a very special guest with us here tonight. He is a comic book creator. He is a convention goer. He is an all-around boss. And last, certainly not least, he is the younger brother of the lead singer of the group Sexual Chocolate. Please welcome Mr. Michael Watson.
Yeah.
So Uncle Mike, how is Randy? And when we getting a new record?
I haven't talked to Randy in years, so I don't know when the record's coming out. We had a falling out.
Oh, you had a falling out.
Yeah.
Well, I heard he was doing gigs in churches in New York, and it was looking pretty grim for him. So our prayers out there for Randy Watson and Sexual Chocolate. Anyway, Uncle Mike, how you been, sir?
I'm doing real good.
I heard there was a couple of cool African dudes that liked this show, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, I heard that. I heard he goes to all those ghetto beauty pageants. So anyway, Uncle Mike, and affectionately we call you Uncle Mike as a friend of the show because we're all uncles and cousins here.
Appreciate it.
So, Uncle Mike, please tell us about your comic book company, Freestyle Comics. Now, if we dog DC and Marvel here all the time, I mean, drag them through the mud. And I think what we need to do a better job of is promoting independent publishing titles. So, so please tell us about Freestyle and one of my favorite comic book heroes, Hotshot. Tell us what made you decide to say, you know what, to hell with it, I'm gonna start my own shit.
Marvel told me that I draw too urban for them, and so I decided I'm gonna draw my own books.
Whoa! Time out.
Pause.
No.
It's my first time hearing this.
No.
They said what, Mike?
No.
I did like to set y'all off.
No. now, Mike, you already knew we were gonna be spicy tonight, right?
I knew it.
Yeah. Man, look, I'm about to buy every comic in your stables. Shit. They said you were your art was too urban.
Oh my God. Yeah, when I first was going to comic book conventions and trying to get work and trying to work for Marvel and DC, back when they were attending several shows, you would take your portfolio and you'd stand in line for like 5 or 6 hours to have an editor, artist, or person at Marvel review your portfolio.
Right.
And I was doing that for a while and getting feedback and getting critiques on what I needed to do better, what I could work on, what I could fix, what I could adjust. And I continually like tweaked and did these things and kept going. This is probably about a 2 or 3 year process of me traveling the shows, getting feedback, working on portfolio, and all that good jazz. And the last show that I went to where I decided I was done with that was in Chicago, and I was in line again another like 6 hours and got up there for them to review my portfolio, and the editor who was reviewing it didn't have anything to say. He was just flipping through my portfolio and going, and shut it and held himself for a second, looked at me and said, "Come on back." And went into the back room with him pulled up my portfolio again and looked at it and was like, I remember you. You are the kid that keeps coming back. Looks like you've been listening to what you've been told. You're a storyteller. Your anatomy's really strong. Great action panels. You're on point. And then, but your art is a little too urban for what Marvel Comics is looking for right now, and that kind of shattered my world because I was young and I really didn't know what that meant, and I thought I was coming back here to be offered a commission gig, working on some comic or something like that, and I got told work wasn't going to work for Marvel, and I really wish I would have had the courage to stay in there and ask, but I just wanted to get out of there because I hyped myself up. I mean, I've never been brought to the back room before. They've always gave me feedback and then sent me on my way. And you bring somebody in their portfolio in the back, you think, oh, this is where we get signed. This is where we get offered the job. This is where the conversation happens. Yeah. And my mom told me I can only be a bitch for 24 hours.
Your mom and my mom's sisters?
Right. I think all our moms are related. We cousins, for real.
So I was in my feelings and stuff for a full 24. And when I woke up the next day, I got on the phone with one of my friends and started talking about comics.
No, we have an interview going.
Yeah, we do.
We do, DJ.
Hey, Boz, how are you?
Hey, how you doing? Fine.
What's going on?
Seriously.
I'm just looking.
Yes. The show is going on right now.
Oh my God. Show.
So, Mike, you said that you were too young to understand what they meant by your art was too urban. I'm over 50 years old. I still don't know what the hell that means. So what the hell are they talking about?
I don't know. I took it as when I draw black people, they look black. My Latinos look Latino. Asian people look Asian. And but like I said,
so accurate.
But like I said, if I would have had the courage to fight past my own hurt feelings and ask, I could have got a definitive answer from them and knew what to work with. But I just assumed that it was because of that. And I'm a graduate of the Columbus College of Art and Design, and that is in Columbus, Ohio. That's a melting pot. So I don't draw I draw like the world that I live in, and the world that I live in is submersed of several different types of people. Like no one in my circles are the same. So when I draw comic books, I'm reflective of that in the art. Because I want people to be able to see themselves in some form of what we're drawing and portraying in our stories.
Nice. So we still don't know what the fuck you draw too urban means.
Several years later, though, the whole point was me to. After that, I decided to do. After I got off the phone with my friend, came up with the name Freestyle Comics. Decided I was going to do comics and have Marvel come to me, and it was a very, very, very long and durated road, but eventually I got picked up as a freelancer for Marvel's Upper Deck sketch card division. I was doing sketch cards for Marvel with my art. One of the editors at our talent guys at Upper Deck saw it and saw my stuff on Instagram and offered me a position there. And every now and again, I do different freelance for them. Like I've done Black Panther, I've done Guardians of the Galaxy, Ant-Man, Marvel Masterpieces, X-Men sets. So I've done a lot of different cards.
So real quick, would you mind naming this editor who told you that bullshit?
I do not remember his name. It was several. Again, that's the other thing. Like, I really wish I would have took my notes so I could have this later on in time. But I was an arrogant little kid, and I just thought, I had it when he took me back there. And when arrogance meets failure, your world kind of gets shattered. You get woke up. So,
but one of the things, and I guess part of the reason that I have no doubt that all of us are offended for you. For the bullshit that editor told you. But I think part of it is that as a young black man, you're out there with that arrogance, per se, I would say confidence. And he just told you something that just pull the rug out from under you. And
Mhm.
and as someone who is in this industry, who rarely gets to see people like him around at that time. How long ago was this?
Oh, this was early 2000s, like
Okay.
2000, 2003, 4, 5-ish area.
Okay. Yeah, that's just utter bullshit. And I'm sorry that you had to experience that. But I think that, and one of our panelists is going to curse me out, but when God closes one door, another door opens. So Freestyle Comics, tell us about that. Where does the name Freestyle Comics come from?
Freestyle Comics comes from my tag name in high school. I went to the Cleveland School of Arts, and pretty much we battled art all the time. It was literally a TV show. We carried around our sketchbooks, and we would call each other out. And it happened so much that whoever was around, someone knew to be the referee, and everyone knew to get around into the, like, it was just a thing that we did. Lunch period, in the library, in the hallway. We just did it. And
That's dope. That's pure creativity there. That's what's up.
And we would get, somebody would give us a prompt, which would be like Iron Man at a barbecue, and we would have to draw it freestyle off the top of our heads.
Oh, wow.
And I won a lot of battles at school to where I took the moniker Freestyle King. And that's just something. And then I just rocked that name out, and I would battle a lot of people. And in the conversation with my buddy, when my heart was crushed, I was like, yeah, man, I want to start my own comic label, but I don't want to call it MJW Comics. That's lame, because that's my initials, and that sounds stupid.
That's
And he's like,
you're right.
and he's like, what do you mean you don't have a name? You have a name. What are comic books mostly composed of? Like, when you're making a comic book, what is that? And I was like, oh yeah. Well, it's freestyling. Like, when you're drawing a comic book, you're mostly freestyling the comic book.
Mhm.
And he's like, what's your name? I was like, Freestyle King.
Mm.
And then put those together, Freestyle Comics. And I been on this the whole time.
And that's where the K in comics comes from as
And
well.
that's where the K in comics comes from.
Nice.
Yeah.
Would anyone like to jump in here, or y'all just want me to keep talking? Because I can.
Hey man, I was gonna let you ride, but I do have a couple of questions actually. Well, first off, you having the freestyle battles in school makes me see why you did so well at the Comic Combat in your first Urban Nerd Con, because that's pretty much what you were doing. So
Yeah.
at this next one, we're gonna have to talk to management and make sure we have that again. Management is me, so I say yes, we having it. All right, so there we go. All right,
I
so
think you just did talk to management. You're right.
I did. Absolutely, it was a quick decision. All right, but in terms of getting started, like we talk about, we look at comics and we look at origin stories of teams and how teams get together. So how did you get your team together at Freestyle?
Oh, getting the team together at Freestyle Comics has been a long and battered journey of correct choices, wrong choices, and learning that everybody isn't the same. Victor was probably the first pilot that we brought onto the team, and that was Victor and I were kind of college rivals for 30 days, and didn't realize it, because I was the college comic book guy on campus. That was my moniker. I owned it. And then this new kid named Victor Dandridge came onto the scene, and he was gracing it. Now everybody was like, "Oh yeah, Victor knows all about the comics, and he does this." So they kind of pitted us against each other before we even realized it. And but eventually we got over that fun nonsense. And Victor wanted to see what I was working on. We learned that we were both very much so into comic books and trying to craft and create our own. And he really liked the hotshot character and wanted to create a story to help me become a better writer, but ended up making me say that he should write the book. And this is like our first comic book we're putting together outside of like the one we did for the school. And so just trying to find the right pieces and parts. And like, when you don't know everything about it, even though you're a fan of it, we had to learn a lot of it as we grew and went. And we've had some fantastic talent on the book, people that have gone other directions, or work on other projects, or by the time I can afford to bring something back to get the next issue, they're already occupied with something else. But also you find some other people that you work better with, you sync better with or whatnot. And Lori Foster is our inker right now, and Lori and I, we really gel on the pencils, the ink. She reads the pencils very well. And, she's a very strong inker by adding her flair of lights and darks to it. And Lori was just kind of like, we just knew of each other in passing on social media and in the indie community. And there was some stuff going on with Short Fuse Media Group, and she volunteered to help. And that's kind of like where our relationship came from. And I brought her on, or actually to be a part of FSK, kind of as our business admin, because she was killing it with her old studio. Now her new studio, Laguna Studios. And Veronica Smith is our colorist, and she is amazing. We met up with her. We did a color contest online, and Veronica entered that contest and decimated everybody. And Veronica has become a stronghold in the FSK family. As she colors multiple books, but now she's an associate editor. She helps out a lot with our FSCon events and things. So she's moved up into the management of FSK as well as doing color work. And then Danny Cooper, my other brother. Danny has been with me since we lived together. Since I've been down in Columbus, we moved in together, and Danny would always look at the work and give me feedback, and it would always be real feedback. It would never be kissing my ass. It would always be straightforward. He would tell me exactly. He would tell me what it was. He wasn't trying to puff me up. He was trying to make me a better illustrator and better storyteller. And we happened to get this deal with this small time publisher that was new. So I had the ability. We had money, and I had the ability to bring Danny on as a letterer. He takes lettering very seriously. Danny won't let me touch letters. Like, it has to be a state of emergency for me to do letters on anything. That's how serious Danny is about them. But through Danny doing the letterings, he started doing editing as well while lettering stuff, or saying, hey, this doesn't make sense, or I don't think this works. I tried to put this down. Hey, I tried to switch some of this around. And Danny ended up becoming the editor-in-chief of Freestyle Comics, just because he's so passionate about it, and he caught a lot of things, and he has a ton of good ideas, and we've just been working together for several years. And so that's the team for Hot Shot. But just overall, we have about 20, 25 people. That's including our interns. A lot of people volunteer their time. A lot of people volunteer to help at the comic book conventions, or come on as commission to do, a stint of a story here or some art here or whatnot. And we have about 9 interns right now through CCAD. And last year we had them through the Art Academy of Cincinnati, but we all got CCAD kids this year.
Nice. Do you find that, since you're in Ohio, and I don't know if that's a hotbed of comic activity, do you find that being in Ohio maybe hinders what you're doing, or it doesn't matter, especially in the world we live in today, where everything is digital and you can access everything? Is it, how does that affect what you're doing?
I might miss out on some stuff just because California is more popular, New York and Florida has more activity, but Ohio, specifically Columbus, is a comic book community. Has a very strong comic book culture. Lots of comic book stores and shops. A lot of creators live here in Columbus. A lot of events happen here. The arts also help magnify that. When I lived in Cleveland, it absolutely sucked because I didn't know nothing about no comic books, and the shops were out in the desert. But Columbus, when I moved down here, like, that was the reason I stayed down here, because when I first got my own place, the comic shop was down the street, which was like 6 blocks, and a Chipotle was next to it. So
shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. So
That's all you need.
That's it.
Right. Every Wednesday, I'd go get my burritos, then go get my comics, walk back to my house, and I would read comics and all that stuff. And then a lot of the comic shop creators here are very supportive. They're super supportive of indies, and it's crazy because the city of Columbus has been more supportive of me and my comics than the city of Cleveland, which I am from there. And it's just crazy how some of those things operate and function. But absolutely, there could be some plugs and things I could do in other cities just because those cities are bigger and bigger hotbeds. But I don't think being in Ohio has limited us at all, because it is a strong community of comic book creators.
Nice.
Well, I know you rep your city definitely in the Hot Shot comic. And as a matter of fact, you mentioned Cleveland School of the Arts.
Yes.
Yep, and that is that is in the comic. The main character, Hotshot, is an art student there, so I noticed that right away. So I know
Mhm.
you want. I see that you want to rep Cleveland, which is cool. It's really cool because normally most comic book places are they're East Coast or West Coast. So to hear something a little different is kind of cool.
Thank you. I just felt like if another superhero goes to New York, it would implode. With everything that happens there, and nothing, you're telling me nothing happens anywhere else in the country, just everybody in New York. I mean, I love it. I
No,
love
but in
Marvel.
New
Right.
York, you get
No,
plenty
you're
of
right.
work though. In New York, you get plenty of work. New York is like another planet, man.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a planet we'd like to visit. So, okay,
Hey, watch your mouth.
within the comic community, do you find that other independent labels, like I'm on TikTok a lot, and I see Danny J. Quick.
Yes,
and
we
he's
know.
always creative. Okay, you weren't here earlier, so I'm gonna tell you specifically, DJ. Stuck my ass. So on social media, I see Danny J. Quick a lot and Fourth Wall Productions, and he's a social media presence.
Yes.
Are you all are other independent companies generally supportive of each other, or is there any friction? Do you say, yeah, my book sold more than yours, bitch? How does that work?
The indie community is very supportive. I'm a huge fan of Danny J. Quick. We're actually writing a crossover for our characters to come out later this year. Right now,
Fantastic.
Ace Blade.
Ace Blade and Hotshot will
Yep.
be crossing over
Okay.
in the last quarter.
I knew I was familiar with that name. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Got you.
And he's actually helping me with the internship program as well. So like Danny and I bounce ideas off of each other. He's written a couple stories for us, and I've done several covers for him for his comic company and things like that. But we are super, super supportive. I mean, honestly, half of where Freestyle Comics wouldn't be there if it wasn't a very supportive community. Now, I mean, is there friction in places? There absolutely is. There, no world is perfect. No community is perfect. There's always going to be a little friction somewhere, but a lot of us really don't pay that no attention. The group of indie creators that I roll with, I think we kind of have the same mindset that there's plenty out here for us to eat. We just need to find our audience, and we try to help each other find each other's audience, and we support each other and promote each other a ton.
Damn,
So it's
I
not
thought
like
we were gonna get some gossip.
it's not like the newsroom fights like in Anchorman.
No.
They be on the street.
Fourth Wall Production, bitches. Freestyle Comics, motherfucker. Yeah, none of that. Okay, I guess that's all right. So, what kind of environment for you? What kind of environment is there with, like, you've got the overlords, which are Marvel and DC? Do you ever bump heads with them? Is there any? Do you receive letters every now and again? Hey, watch your ass, nigga, because we watching you or something.
No, I have not. I would love to get one. I got one for one of my art pieces. Like I did a shirt, but it had X-Men characters on it. They asked me to stop and decease that or whatnot. But we're not really indie comics really aren't in their stratosphere to where they're like trying to control us. I mean, there are some studios like Boom Studios and studios like that and Scout and things like that are looking for, more books to add to their arsenal. They see the value in indie creatives that have been proven, tested, that have more than 2 issues, that are traveling to comic book conventions, that have a social media presence, that are, multiple Kickstarters, and they see that they obviously have a fan base and things like that. They're over there in the big pond, and we're here in our little pond. But you have some creators, like the creator of Harriet Tubman, Demon Slayer, who he put up a post the other day where it looks like Marvel knocked off one of his covers with Blade. So somebody,
Mike, when you get one of them letters, those cease and desist or whatever, it's kind of like a badge of honor, like a hacker and shit.
Yeah.
It's like you didn't come up. You didn't come up, champ. You
You
didn't
got
come
sick?
up.
Yeah,
You get
yeah.
it framed, put it on the wall and shit. Yeah, okay.
Absolutely. Like, but instead of like trying to voice that, oh, they're stealing from me, they're copying my ideas, he just
Right.
put up there was like, good luck, Marvel. And
Okay.
then it started other people who also had a similar interaction where it looks like that Marvel or DC really has an eye on any community. So they put up these things, and it's kind of clear that their issue came out before this issue.
Right.
Right.
Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer has been out for a very long time.
Yeah.
I know this #1 issue because I have it, and all of a sudden Blade has a very, very similar #1 issue. It's cropped differently, but it's the same thing. So
Okay.
a lot of creators
Here's
now.
what we want to know. Here's what we want to know. Are you going on Club Shay Shay and going Cat Williams on their ass? Are you gonna, you know?
No. Not Club Shay Shay right here on
Yeah,
Grumpy
do it
Nerd.
here. Yes.
Do it here. We
Yes.
need 2 million hits.
Flamethrowers and shit.
In
Flame,
fact,
just start talking about motherfuckers.
just say fat bastard. That's all we want to hear. Fat bastard. Fat bastard.
Viral, baby. We going viral.
That's right.
So,
Bring all.
so let's do this. We're gonna take a short commercial break, and when we come back, Michael Watson goes off.
Go on.
Hey, you I saw your face.
Right. Uncle D, check us out.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
We're back. It's time for the 2024 Urban NerdCon. Join us in Atlanta, Georgia, April 26th through the 28th at the Cortland Grand Hotel. Special guests include the Sci-Fi Sisters, Underworld creator Kevin Grievous, from Nickelodeon, Giovanni Samuels, the Science Machine Michael Green, from Spaceballs and Star Trek Voyager Tim Russ, and from the Fairly Odd Parents Gary L. Gray.
What up, y'all? It's Gary Gray. Check it out. I need you to do something for me. Join me April 26th through the 28th at the Cortland Grand Hotel in Atlanta, Georgia for Urban NerdCon. It's going to be lit. Okay. Our heroes, our villains, everyone's con. See y'all there.
Visit theurbannerdcon.net to get your buy one, get one free badges before the price increases. Remember, our heroes, our villains, our stories, everyone's con. See you there.
If you think all pads are exactly the same, think again. This is Always Ultra Thins reinvented with the Always Triple Protection System. This pad wicks gushes 90% faster, absorbs even more so you can feel dry, and locks odors in. Rethink your pad for up to 100% leak-free and odor-free comfort with the totally reinvented Always Ultra Thins. This is always like never before.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
As technology continues to bring changes to the world of education, it's time we also reimagine teacher professional development. Gone are the days of one-size-fits-all learning that can only be accessed at a specific time and place. The Stride PD Center is an on-demand library of mobile-friendly courses that allow educators to learn anytime and anywhere. Our dynamic courses provide bite-sized learning and help educators advance their knowledge while also gaining professional development hours. The best professional development plans are those that include a level of flexibility and choice for educators. Whether you're a teacher, school, or district, visit us today to take charge of your learning.
welcome back. Once again, we are the Grumpy Old Nerds, your elders who are experts in all kind of shit that you really don't pay attention to. Anyway, so we are joined today by Uncle Mike Watson, who is the head of Freestyle Comics, dropping knowledge and spilling tea all over the damn place. Also over here we have Uncle Ronnie, cousin of Mayu, Uncle DJ, and Uncle Percy. So, Mike.
Yes.
Percy and DJ weren't here at the start of the show. So, when is your older brother's band Sexual Chocolate coming out with a new record?
Oh, I don't know. We had to falling out, so we don't communicate.
Okay. Damn. You all know Randy Watson is his older brother, famous funk rock group of the 70s. So, okay.
I'm talking about.
How do you see, and this question is for Uncle Mike, how do you see the landscape of comics changing? Like, do you see it moving more towards a digital platform? Are there always going to be people who want to feel the pages and turn the pages? And how do you approach it or attack it?
Oh, there's always going to be people that want to have pages. I think it's going to be a long, hard fight if people are trying to convert comics to just solely digital. Digital is nice. It's nice to have. It makes things easy to go. While like I'm traveling on a car ride, so I have a bunch of books to read or whatnot, but I still prefer to have my books in paper. I still prefer to, I got to flip through that, and comic book conventions and the sales that we have, still show that people want to have paper books in there. There was one cover we did, Vigilance's Black Lives Matter cover that we did, and somebody bought that at a comic book convention, and like 30 minutes later came back over to my table, was like, do you got any more? I was like, yeah, I got 3 copies left. He was like, oh, brother, I put this in a group on Facebook, and I got about 30 cats right now, all on the thread trying to get it. Wow. And I was like, what? And he was like, he invited me in there, and like they were all wanting the book. And so I made it active on the website, and people were just buying it. Like, people still want those collector items. And honestly, I know it's hard to come by now, but people still kind of have it in the back of their head that one of these books is going to be worth $1 million for this, that, or whatever reason. And, that's one of the things that's going to keep people going. Like, when people buy our books and they're like, yeah, man, I can't wait to get my next issue. Like, I see you at the shows all the time. And I'm trying very hard to make that book worth some money for you. So make sure you keep it. And trying.
Right.
So, okay. For those young Thundercats who may be watching, because every now and again, some young guy will accidentally stumble upon this show, and we're trying to keep this audience. Go put us through the process of creating a comic. Like, how does it from soup to nuts? How does it start? Like, it's just an idea. What the outline? From the writing to the art to the lettering to the coloring, like what does that entire process look like? And I'll keep talking because you're taking a sip of water. Okay, go.
That entire process looks like whatever life is at the time. Right now, we're producing several different books. Now, I actually just got an email that said our hospice books are being shipped to me. They're all printed. But issue 12 right now, the last few pages are being inked, being colored, and the entire book is being lettered by Danny, Lori, and Veronica right now. So I'm checking that stuff and trying to adjust our deadlines based off of that. Teo, who is a new artist under FSK, is on the layouts for issue 14 of Hot Shot. I'm working on the layouts for issue 13. I wrote the script for issue 13. As I wrote that script, I passed it off to Danny. Danny's the editor. He gives me feedback and notes on it. And then I also passed it off to Victor, because Victor's the architect of FSK. He created the foundation of story that we're eating and breathing on. So I always want to get his feedback, and he's my favorite writer. And Danny and Victor will challenge and push me to go further, go deeper, and not take the easy route with the story. So once I have that adjusted and, I make those tweaks, I start doing the layouts. I probably do about 3 or 4 pages. My layouts are 4 pages, 11 by 17. I do them digitally now to save space. But I probably do 3 or 4 of those a day while coming back and refreshing the script and managing all the other different stories and deadlines that we have. Travis Gibb wrote issue 14 for us. He gifted me that because I do a lot of stuff for the indie community, and he was like, I was like, I don't have no way to repay you, man. So I just wrote you a story. You don't have to pay me anything. There's a new character in there. Have fun with it. I was like, great, because Travis Gibb, his name is growing in the community. He's making a lot of waves in comics. So having his name attached to a Hotshot book is going to look really good for us. But he doesn't know all the ins and outs of the book. So Danny and I had to read it over. And we have to verse it. We have to FSK verse it and add those little elements and things that he doesn't know about. So give him that feedback. He punches the script back up. I give it to Teo. Teo starts working the layouts, and actually layouts are due on Monday from Teo and me. Once those layouts come in, we go over the layouts with the script, and Danny and I are very nitpicky, and this is our process, and we're not changing it, but we will read the script with the layouts. Everybody does not do that, and everybody most certainly does not have to do that, but that's what Danny and I do. That's what works for us. We read that layout with the scripts, and a lot of times I will have those pages all transferred onto my iPad, and I will draw over those layouts if we need any changes or any edits or anything, and Danny will do the same thing. Once that's done, then we pass it off, and we begin the pencils. So I start working on the pencils, and Tails going to start working on the pencils. And we have those, like we have a deadline for when those pencils should be done to be able to, and once the first pencil page is done, in theory, this is the way it should go.
Oh, shit.
Because everything doesn't work out because it's life. People have jobs, people have families, and, they have other projects they're working on. But in theory, the way it's supposed to go is that once Teo and I finish that first pencil page, we pass it down to Lloyd. Lloyd inks that page. Me and Teo are on the next pencil page. And when Lloyd gets done inking, it's a stutter step. It goes to Veronica for colors. Danny can start lettering at the inking stage. And we just keep that repetition going until the book has been completed. Danny, me, and Veronica are always constantly reviewing the pages. We have about 8 books in production right now. So that's why Veronica and Danny are helping do this. So me, the 3 of us, trying to go over all these books. Then once all
business.
I'm sitting there like, God damn.
A lot of people don't realize there's a lot happening.
That's a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And you ain't even done.
No, and that's not including any edits or anything that we make, because we may see and make edits through the layout and story stage, but some things look completely different when we actually put the art on there and we're reading it back to back, seeing the art. For example, Hotshot 12, that book was only supposed to be 22 pages, but it ends up being 28 pages. I can make that call because I'm the publisher. It's my book. I own it. But there was more room for story to be told because Victor told me the violence is forecasting over the emotion. That's one of the things that he clearly said. And I have to find a way to balance that with.
He said time out.
What the fuck you just say?
What part?
The violence is forecasting the emotion. That sounded pretty as but I'm gonna need you to break that shit down.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Man, listen.
That sounds like some shit my son would say to me. Hey, Dad, your violence is forecasting my emotion. And right before I slap his ass. But please, I need you to break that phrase down for me, sir.
Well, Hotshot 12 is a very visceral and emotional issue for me. It is dealing with domestic violence, and it is a story from my childhood of watching my stepfather put his hands on my mom as a little kid.
Yeah.
And so in this issue of Hotshot gets to rectify that situation from his past as an adult with superpowers. And I get lost in the fight of it. And I'm trying to tell that story of emotion through the violence. And Victor is telling me, well, that's getting lost through the violence. You're not forecasting the way that you need to. There needs to be a balance between both. And so it caused me to go back to the original script and figure out, like, how can I intertwine these things? And the one page that I can't wait for everybody to read, it's got 12 panels on it. And it is one panel is a column just for Hotshot's mom. The middle panel is Hotshot and his stepdad fighting in each one of the panels. and the last panel is Hotshot's sister. So it's 4 shots of each one of these events moving, and as you read across, Hotshot's mom starts a sentence explaining how Hotshot feels, how he feels regret, and he will do anything to make that up. And then when you go to the next panel, it's the stepfather talking down to Hotshot, continuing what the mom is saying, but from his perspective in anger and, and triggering. And then the sister in that same scene is acting as us, the viewer, asking the questions that our viewer would be asking. So it's like a moving conversation between 3 heads as you cycle through the fight. And that way I was able to show that this isn't just a fight for him. He's trying to make up for what he feels he failed to do as a child.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a cathartic moment for him.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, so I'm glad you brought that up, because now I see how that could resonate with a lot of people who may have had similar situations happen in their particular lives, and so that's going to be really powerful. One question I did have though was, Hotshot is fighting his mom's boyfriend. How is he not knocking this dude's head clean off and into into the lake, or into the river?
Well,
Because Hotshot is
Cuyahoga-
obviously super
Cuyahoga
powerful.
River.
Yeah.
Well, right now in this issue and series, Hotshot's stepfather is possessed by the darkness. And
darkness.
The Hotshot story revolves around a lot of light and dark, and right now, the entity of darkness has possessed his stepfather, which is the darkness is trying to attack Hotshot on several different focal points. And Hotshot being a newer superhero, new to the light, he doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know where these powers really stem from, or that he is a warrior of light. And
Okay, be careful, because you might get a cease and desist from Tyler Perry, making the darkness,
Lord.
the evil and the light. You know what I'm saying? That's
Tyler Perry's Medea versus Hotshot.
Hey.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Right.
I mean, he is making millions doing it. I mean, so
I'm just saying. So, be careful.
So when the darkness leaves that dude, he's gonna be hurt, if not dead.
Oh,
from all his injuries.
No spoiler. I mean, no spoiler alert. He's absolutely shattered. He's absolutely shattered. He's a broken body. This is Hotshot is supposed to experience this, and we're trying to give him real consequences, because that's how I feel. I want to take out that much violence and pain in that situation, and I want it to be reflective in our character. I want that to be reflective in him, because the real story is the emotion. That's the story that I want people to read and go through.
Right.
The fight is just kind of like the cherry on top. He's going to do what everybody wants, which is punch this dude in the face over and over again.
Absolutely. It's only right.
But the real concourse that we're following here is, how right is he? How far does he go? And there'll be a few things that will be triggered in him where he's going to see himself in this person. And that's really going to kind of like flip the scales for him.
Gotcha. So you mentioned your whole stable of books. One thing that I like about your books is that each book is numbered, but then there's an overall numbering system.
Yeah.
If you want to read the books in the single narrative that they are in order. What made you come up with that idea?
Danny and I, well, actually, it's because our friend Mason called us out, and it hurt to hear it, but it was the truth. Hotshot is literally planned and plotted for 100 issues, and Mason was like, "Man, that's great, that's dope, but it take you 2 years to come out with a book. You're gonna be 80 by the time you." So, how are you gonna fix this? How are you gonna adjust that? And so Danny and I sat down and just really kind of thought about things, and we already had a connected universe, so we decided that, at this moment, it's not in our immediate plans to be able to produce a book every single month. That's just not in our scales right now. At least one title every single month.
Okay.
So we decided to focus on one book every other month or every 3 months, and that book would be our feature release. But we would release it in an order that we feel would be the best reading order for our entire series, leading up to our actual big crossover event called Zero Event Emergence. So going back through the books that we had already, figuring out what that read order, and then making our release order from that. So whatever book comes out is the book that comes out. So when people come up and say, "Hey, where's the new issue of Hot Shot?" It's not the new issue of Hot Shot. It's the new what's the new FSK book out this month, and this
Got
is
it.
out this month.
Got it. And
Okay.
how many titles are there in the FSK universe?
42.
And is it the FSK universe or is it the Fiskiverse or what is your? Everybody got to have a cute name. Do you have a cute name for it?
It's the FSK verse.
Yes. Yeah, I was close. And you said 14?
This verse sound like something else.
No, 42 books. We have 42 books as of now.
42. Wow. Okay.
Holy shit. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess I'm just curious, like, what is the future? Are you looking to, do you ever find yourself saying, man, I wish I could pitch this to one of the studios and we can get our own, because all these whack ass superhero movies out there now, you could have some shit out there. Like, you decided to start your own comic company. Is there a plan to start a film or TV division? Or, you can always put some shit on Tubi. What's
Oh God, no, not Tubi. Come on,
Tubi makes anything possible.
You know what? For real, I just like Tubi. The shit they put on Tubi, anybody could film some shit. I'm mad at myself for not just filming some shit and throwing it on Tubi.
You better take the
Go
chance.
Quayle TV before you go Tubi. Go Quayle.
Okay. So anyway, so what is there a film division that y'all want to get into, or what's the future looking like?
There is no plans for us to do a film division. If somebody wants to bequest that to us, I would absolutely jump on that. Right now, our main focus is trying to get our books into every comic book shop in the United States, to get our fan base stronger, to have more people know about our books and reading about our books, and be invited to more shows across the country. That's our first milestone. And for me, I'm not going to turn down a movie or a show or anime or cartoon or anything like that. But my preference would be a toy division, to move into action figures. I have very specific ideas and ways I want the Hot Shot action figure to be, which is one of the items we're offering on our Kickstarter. 7 inches.
There you go. There you go.
Points of articulation.
Nice.
So this is also
got to be at least 7 inches.
Yeah.
Bro. All right. So.
No, I'm saying because otherwise,
Yeah.
That's all.
So speaking of merchandise, the Urban Nerd Con's coming up. Talk to us a little bit about how you got involved with that organization.
Oh, Urban Nerd Con is amazing. We got down to that show, and actually I was told about that show through a good friend LaShawn Colvin introduced us to that show and brought us down there.
Rest in peace, LaShawn.
Absolutely. She's wonderful and she's so fierce. And she invited us down there. We went down to the show and we got our tables and everything set up. And as the show's going on, I'm just watching and looking around the show, and I'm just like, oh, they got a lot of shit together. Like this is a first year show, and like they doing a lot of stuff right. Like the way the show's presented, the way things are set up, the way events are moving, the way panels are happening, the layout of the room, just like with my favorite thing was the con bucks that you guys had. All these just things that just was like, a lot of first year shows don't do stuff like this, or like they don't do this many things right on their first year. It immediately made me see the potential and growth of what this show could be. And I just went up and just asked, hey, I want to be part of this. You need somebody to draw this stuff. I know you don't have a lot of it right now, but I can draw this stuff. I can draw whatever you need for us to be a part of this show, and then I got to be the art director for Urban Nerd Con, so designing all the badges, all the flyers, all the posters, the branding, the logo, all that stuff.
Nice. Well, let's do this. It's time for another commercial break. Mike, if you'd like to hang out with us, you're more than welcome to. We're going to hit a commercial break. When we come back, I'm still trying to dig for some tea on some other independent creators, so we're going to try that. And also, we're going to talk about the state of the Star Wars universe. They're dangerously hovering in MCU territory with just a whole bunch of goofy shit. And
come on.
Hey, before we go to break, Mike, what do I need to do? Talk to me. I need a hot shot badge for the con.
I got you. Just remind me. That's in my purview to do. So just holler at me.
Let's try to keep the begging during the commercial breaks. Uncle DJ, sing us out, sir.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Amber May, and I'm a voice actor out here in Los Angeles. I'm the voice of Dia in Genshin Impact, Yanqing in Honkai Star Rail, the narrator in Comey Can't Communicate, and I also voice Brooklyn Barbie in the movie Barbie Big City Big Dreams. I'm here to let you know that I'm going to be a guest this year at Urban Nerd Con in Atlanta. Yeah, woo! That's going to be April 26th through the 28th at the... where are we going again? It's going to be at the Cortland Grand Hotel in Atlanta, Georgia. So, if you're a Genshin Impact fan, a MiHoYo fan, and you live on the East Coast, you got no excuse. Come see me. Urban Nerd Con. Our heroes, our villains, our stories. Come on down. Let's do it. Let's get it on.
TheUrbanNerdCon.net to get your buy one, get one free badges before the price increases. Remember, our heroes, our villains, our stories, everyone's con. See you there.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties. Through its programs, Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentjax.
The human voice has always connected audiences with experiences. Major brands all across America have trusted Kever's voice time and time again. Conversational, powerhouse, intelligent, and sincere. That's the voice you need for your creative marketing process. KEAVERSVOICE.com. Kever's Voice, Kever's Voice, KeversVoice.com. Always on, all the time.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him?
Ooh, I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
From novice to aficionado, find yourself here. High quality cigars plus personal customer service. Slow Burn is Waco's only mobile cigar lounge, featuring a meticulous, curated collection of premium cigars. Visit our website, www.slowburnwaco.com. That's www.slowburnwaco.com.
Welcome back. Once again, we are the Grumpy Old Nerds, and we are more than happy to have with us today Mr. Michael Watson. Uncle Mike, we have to talk about a show that you do with one of our esteemed colleagues here. Amayu, why don't you introduce this for us, shall you?
First of all, I love the little sound. Thank you. Chat and draw. Well, first of all, let me start with how Mike and I met. It was actually at the Urban Nerd Con. And so I've been doing, how long have I been doing chat and draw with you, Mike?
I want to say almost like a year.
Yeah, about a year. Yep. And what it is it's an awesome show. You kind of get to see basically whatever character that he's creating. You get to see it from the beginning until the end of the show. We often have guests on the show. They may have a Kickstarter or they may have something going on that they need to promote. And he will draw out that character throughout the entirety of the show while we just chat with the guests, get to know them, talk about current events, anything blurry. And that's pretty much it. Is there anything that I missed, Mike?
No, you got it.
Well, isn't that special? So when can we see this? Where can we see this? Any of that information would be pertinent right now.
You can catch it every Wednesday at 8 p.m. on the Agents of Geekdom's Twitch and YouTube channel.
Okay. Yep. So Mike, where did you get this idea from?
This chat and draw came out of the pandemic. My con season was completely decimated, and that's where I make a third of my money is traveling to conventions. And I was sitting at home like, well, how the hell am I gonna make money? What am I gonna do? I need something to do because people are gonna forget about me because I was just like kind of at the height of my convention career where I was starting to get invited out to places a lot more than usual. And I was like, damn, they're gonna start forgetting about me. My name ain't gonna be on their mouths, the books, the people that I go to, and my photos, the images that I use to promote that I get from conventions. It's about to be dry. So what can I do to promote myself still and kind of have like that same atmosphere that I have at a comic book convention, which is talking to people, working on art and selling and pitching. And my buddy of mine, Chris Thomas, had a new book coming out and a new Kickstarter dropping for his book. And I was like, oh, I want to draw that character. That character looks good. And then I was like, I could draw his character on a stream, promote his stuff. That would keep me talking to my audience. And then it would also bring his audience to our show. And I would probably pick up a few people from that. Plus, I'm drawing their characters, so I'm promoting their Kickstarters, promoting their books, so that'll make people interested in coming on the show with me. And we are now 276 episodes in.
Oh, yeah, that was a dope idea. I love that concept, man. I really do.
Wow, that 276. I wonder how many episodes we've done. A whole lot. So, okay. I think about that sometimes.
Longer than I've been here, so
right. We don't keep track of these episodes, and I'm just kind of curious of where we are with this shit. So
I'll tell you a real quick, easy way to do it. Go to your YouTube channel and go to your videos. I think you guys do all y'all's live. So go to the live section, type your title in the search, and it'll show you how like all the videos will pull up, but then a little number will come up. It'll say 200 or 300. All in this search, and you'll see how many episodes you have.
But what about when we got banned from YouTube for a little while? Just add those in manually. Just add those in.
I think
but that was only for a week, right? We were able to come back the next week, weren't we?
It was 1 week. It was 1 week.
Okay. Yeah, just so Mike, you're dealing with some pretty important people to be banned from YouTube.
We might have an anniversary coming up, man. We might have to look into that.
Okay, if you say so. So
damn. Now I'm gonna find out.
Well, that sounds like something a producer should do. Just asking. Super producer.
Maybe.
Do something.
Yeah.
Besides just sitting there staring, looking at us during the show. So, long as the word dirt isn't involved. So, Mike, are you a Star Wars fan, Mike?
Yes, I am a Star Wars fan, and as of lately, a rabid Star Wars fan. I'm loving it.
That means you got the cooties. So, okay, let's talk about the Star Wars universe. I guess there's a plethora of Star Wars shit that's going to be coming out. Mandalorian and Grogu. Can I say how much I hate that fucking title? Mandalorian and Grogu, which is going to be a movie, actually. You've got the new Rey movie coming out. They want to do kind of a Star Wars What If type anthology series as well. How close are we to coming to MCU levels of absurdity?
You're forgetting one.
What am I forgetting?
They're also doing a movie that's going to wrap up, conclude all the live action Star Wars shows on Disney Plus.
Okay.
You can see the excitement in my face.
I see it. I see it.
So, and this is
that's cool. That's cool.
This isn't just for Mike. This is for everybody. Like, how are we anticipating that this will be good, or where are we going with all this?
Yes,
I think it has potential.
Don't know about you.
It's definitely got potential to be really nice.
Thank you.
Okay, potential.
I absolutely think it's going to be good. I think they're going to learn from their mistakes. I think they have taken a lot of notes. They've seen a lot of things that are going on. The actress that is playing Rey, I don't think she's going to come back just for anything stupid. I think because the role hurt her. The role didn't help her. The role definitely hurt her career. It put a pause into it. But yeah, I think Uncle Percy wants to say something.
Yes, I believe so.
I think that this is going to be a total nightmare. and the only reason why I'm saying it because it is the same company that is dealing with Marvel right now and is going into the toilet.
You better preach, man.
Wow, that's crazy.
So I'm a little scary because, and I guess maybe they listen to me and say, yeah, you should go ahead and use that Marvel model to do everything else. And I guess they're going in that direction, but they're going in the wrong direction with that. Like right now, with all these shows that's coming out, there's not any really, 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 really good. But and I think at the bottom line, once again, I don't think it's Star Wars. I don't think it's Marvel. I think it's just Disney. Disney is just so goddamn greedy with all this stuff, and they just throwing stuff out. I really don't think it's Marvel or it's Disney. It's just Disney itself. Disney wants all the money, and they're doing everything they can to grab whatever they can. So we're gonna put this out. Oh, what if it's such a hit? We're gonna do it for Star Wars. Next thing you know, it'd be for Mickey Mouse Club. What if Mickey Mouse turned into a, So
wow.
Disney. I think Disney.
What if Mickey Mouse was a Jedi?
Yeah.
The movie that he's talking about being the what if, that movie isn't exactly a what if movie. That movie is taking place 15,000 years to the beginning of the Jedi, like the beginning of the height of when there were like a ton of Jedi and Sith out. So they're going back and telling us another prequel story that's away from everything else. And my question to you, Uncle Percy, I'm not saying this because I didn't like everything, but so you're telling me out of the new content that Disney had produced, there is nothing that you like from it?
Oh no, I don't get me wrong. I actually like Echo.
Okay.
I like Loki.
Oh no, I'm talking about Star Wars. We're talking about solely about Star Wars.
Okay.
Damn.
Mandalorian, yes, I do like that.
Did he say Mandalorian?
Mandalorian.
He did.
Did I say Nickelodeon? Did I say Mandalorian?
I couldn't hold it in, man.
There you go.
Did I say Nickelodeon? Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you didn't like Ahsoka?
Well, no, I did.
Okay. I know people didn't like Boba Fett, and that's fine. I give them that.
I like.
Yeah, they screwed. Well, it was this. Mandalorian
Man,
plus.
listen.
So
and and Andor. You didn't like Andor?
I didn't watch the last 2 episodes, so that's a no.
Okay.
I mean, I watched it.
And
Andor was depressing.
And wasn't it supposed to come out? They're coming out with a second season of that too, right?
That's what
the second
James
season
just
of
said.
Andor.
That's what James Hall just said. They finished shooting season 2. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I thought
instead of
Andor made me really hate the Republic. It really made me hate the Empire. It made me realize.
You needed Andor to do that?
Yes, because I realized I just disliked the Empire because they were the bad guys.
Right.
I just disliked them because they were bad. They were the tent pole bad people there, and I should dislike them because they're evil. Andor made me hate them. Andor made me realize why they are insufferable and they are terrible.
Oh,
And it
wow.
made me want to grab this lightsaber off my table and jump into the damn TV. I was
Get into the fight. Right.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Maybe I was watching that? Were we watching the same TV show?
Those, oh my god. There's just so much that was happening.
Yeah.
The end
Uncle PJ, I think you was trying to say something. I didn't want to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, I just wish it came out. Certain shows should just came out way before. You know, I guess it's just timing. Maybe if the timing was right when they actually did all these series in sequence per se, then I'll probably like, okay, I can get with it. But now, like I said, I don't know. I
See,
really
Uncle Percy,
don't
when
know.
he watched Pulp Fiction, he was like, "How the fuck is John Travolta still alive? This don't make no damn sense." See, he don't, that shit got to be in order. Otherwise, there's a problem.
Right,
there's a problem.
Star Wars started off not in order.
Right.
Well, that's but it wasn't in order. But when they try to say, okay, we're gonna clean it up, we're gonna put these prequels in place, and then the prequels suck. That's when you got a problem. And I think they're gonna do the same. They're gonna do the same thing with this. They're gonna start throwing this stuff out. It's not gonna make any sense, and I think they're just going for the almighty dollar. They're just going for the money grab.
I'm not disagreeing with that. The prequels could have been way stronger. They could have made several different choices in those prequels to make them better films. And the biggest mistake with those three movies is that it was not plotted out. And a lot of people don't agree with my opinion on Star Wars, and that's fine. I could die on my own hill. But if they would have stuck the route of, to me, in my opinion, if they would have stuck the route of The Last Jedi and kept Rey a nobody, that was the most important fact. If she was no one, not attached to anyone, and kept those themes, I think the third movie would have been much stronger. But Star Wars is such a huge entity to own that this is the one thing that honestly is bigger than Disney that makes Disney say, we actually have to listen in regards to this product. We have to take some consideration in. And that's why I think the new movies that they're coming out with are going to be better stories being told, because the leadership that is doing it, I can't pronounce the dude's name, Dave Filoni, whatever his name is.
Filoni, yeah.
You're right.
He's the guy crafting this stuff, and everything that he has touched, in my opinion, has been good. Specifically, Ahsoka and The Mandalorian. The stuff with Ahsoka made me appreciate Hayden Christensen so much more. And like the recap of the war and having young Ahsoka with them and seeing these different stages of him, and having Ahsoka as this, seeing Ahsoka become Ahsoka the White and find herself and all that stuff, super, super dope. And adding to the lore of Star Wars, I think you got the right person handling these projects. Now, I don't think, like, for example, Obi-Wan, the main reason I like Obi-Wan is because of that ending. And I will take the bullet here. I will own up to that. I will take the trash they gave me for the first 3 episodes to get me to that ending with Anakin and Obi. That ending, that last battle between them was chef kiss. Emotions on top of emotions. The fight was great. All of that. And I will admit the first half of that series is trash. But I love the ending that we got from it.
Hey, the first 3 episodes of Obi-Wan scared the hell out of me, man. I was like, oh man, please don't go out like this. Please don't go out like this. But it did get saved in the end, so you're right about that.
Oh,
we got kids on the
isn't that beautiful? Look at that. My daughter came in the room and I shooed her away. Like, get the hell out of here! I'm on camera, girl. Shit. Okay, so one more thing that I want to touch on before we go to our next and last commercial break. I actually finished Echo this past week.
Okay.
Good night.
No.
All right.
No.
No.
I was still on
No.
No. And I don't know if I'm suffering from fatigue from this. So tell me this. My couple of issues with Echo. Number one, her powers were never clearly defined, if I'm not mistaken. Tell me if I missed something.
You missed something.
I missed something. What I missed?
Her powers are a channel of her ancestral strain. So it goes through. She can connect to her ancestors to heighten her speed, her agility, and strength. Right. So Echo has the same powers that she has in the books, but they changed and gave more depth to the reason why she can do those things.
Well, in the books, she can not manipulate, but she can mirror someone else's power, not powers, but fighting styles, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So I have that in my mind, and then I see glowing hands. Like what's
so her powers, and I'm just assuming, but her powers are probably going to grow because in this fashion where they are coming from, she is mirroring the abilities of her different ancestors and employing those in her fights. So this is probably going to be something that she'll be able to grow and expand upon with mimicking other fights in the future.
Okay. So here's my next thing.
Go ahead.
Kingpin is a bitch.
Oh shit.
Wow. All right.
Okay.
He's a bitch. He's simping over Echo this entire time. When either kill her, shit, or get off the pot, man. Stop trying to bring her back into the fold. You killed her damn daddy. So you clearly don't want to. She clearly doesn't want to be with you. I mean, it's just like, come on, man. What the fuck? Am I missing the boat on that too?
You saw the last episode, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I mean,
it took us 5 episodes to get to that. He's still a bitch.
Yeah, but okay,
but
bitch. I mean,
he's a bitch.
He got to the end of it, and he was like, "All right, you know what? Fuck you in the horse you rode in on, and tried to take her out."
He's a bitch.
So, I was enjoying Echo, and I will say the ending fell flat. I get what they were doing. I appreciate it and I respect it, but I needed Echo just to go in. But I also feel like they didn't have her fight Kingpin flat out because she can't fight Kingpin at this point because Kingpin is about to be in more stuff and he is about to be the Thanos of the street level MCU, which is going to pull Spider-Man, which is going to pull Daredevil. So if you have Echo whoop his ass in this clip that's supposed to be his opening ceremony to the rest of the MCU, then you deflate him. But they still kind of deflated him at the same time.
Okay. So I still stand on Kingpin's a bitch. Now, my last thing is that, and Amayu and I had a conversation about this, Mike. Mm-hmm. It just seemed, and we talked about this at length last week, but Marvel has to find a way. If Echo is going to be a star in her particular series, they have to find a way. I'm missing dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Not like the rhythm of hearing the people speak and the presence of the voices of the characters and inflections, meaning one thing or another. One problem when you have someone signing, it's like texting. When I got you, Percy, I'm gonna get to you. It's like when you're texting, you don't really get what somebody's trying to say. Mm-hmm. There's without the inflection of their voice, there's a lot missing when you don't have some kind of dramatic something coming from someone's voice. I mean, as someone who's a creator, did you see that, or am I again just being a hard ass?
I didn't mind that. I was able to understand it and flow with it, so I wasn't missing that back and forth beat that you're talking about. But I do acknowledge that it took me a moment to get used to it, and to find like where I can pace it myself and still be into it. So it's there, but I felt like I was able to gel with it eventually.
Okay, and I'm just a rotten old man. Percy, what were you going to say?
No, you're fine.
Well, because your ass is hard, I think you just. I think
Really?
I think they went into a different direction. I think they was trying to prove a point. I mean, imagine somebody that's deaf that's trying to watch a show, like say, just watch our show. They can't unless they can read lips. They don't understand unless they have the closed caption. I don't know. We have closed caption. They could never understand what we're talking about. You know, and I think that was what they was trying to kind of bring across to us, saying like the difficulty of somebody being deaf and being in our shoes in our world,
Right.
and now we just get a little taste of it on from the show because everybody was saying the same thing. Like I don't know what I don't understand sign language, so I don't know what she's talking about. But then you get the gist of it from the other
See,
characters. But
I don't think it was. I don't think it was any different. And I know a lot of people who like, you know, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. You know,
Mhm.
they didn't get the beauty of it or whatever. They didn't understand how amazing this movie was because it's like, I don't like reading my movies and shit. You know, I mean, it's kind of the same thing with foreign language films that are phenomenal, but you know, because it's subtitled or whatever, for them it takes away from it. And for this, for Echo, for me, it was like, I get it. It's not a big deal. I kind of appreciate the fact that they're being true to, the subject matter as far as she's concerned.
Good.
Go ahead, man. You.
Amayo's about to probably say what I was
I know
about to
she's
say,
about
but
to
go
buzz.
ahead.
In a couple of series recently, or not so recently, this has been like a few years ago. One being The Walking Dead. Yes, I'm going back to that. They had a deaf character, actually more than one deaf character, and to me, there's just something in the cadence on Echo that is just not flowing. Like in The Walking Dead, I didn't miss a beat. So I don't know who the continuity person is on the show, but they need to watch some of the interactions from The Walking Dead. Also, that same girl that played the deaf girl that is deaf in real life, of course. She was in, I want to say, The Eternals, and I didn't feel a disconnect there either. So
She was.
In The Eternals.
No, I was agreeing with you. She is in Eternals.
Yeah, she played Makari.
So something's not. I don't know who it is in the background, but they need to get somebody else because.
So I think Amayu and I are having an issue with the writing, to be very honest, and what they did.
That would be the
and
editing.
how they presented it.
Because whoever edited it, I mean, if you're saying that it's not flowing like you want it to, then whoever editing it should have, and the voice editing and the editing should have been a little bit more concise if that's fucking with you.
I mean, that may be
Also,
the case.
I don't think okay. So I got through 2 episodes of Echo. Sorry, John. What's that girl name? Because I don't think I'm a fan.
Which
I
one?
thought you were just then.
Which one?
The deaf one.
Maya.
Maya.
Yeah.
I'm not connecting with her. I'm gonna try and watch the last few episodes, but I'm just not really feeling her.
Well, she's not.
You probably won't connect with her until the Daredevil series comes out, and she's probably in there and some other, and
because she's not really. She doesn't really become a hero in this.
Yeah.
Right.
She's
Exactly.
a villain until like maybe, and like even though she faces off and fights Kingpin, I still don't think she's a hero yet.
She's not a hero, right? She's not a hero yet. I mean, all she's doing is defending herself pretty much the whole series. Like they're coming at her, but she's not like saving anybody. She's not a hero. She's got a hit out on her.
I'm gonna try.
No, I'm with you.
One more question. So the fight scene with Daredevil, wasn't she copying his moves?
I don't think she was copying his moves.
I didn't notice that.
I mean, it didn't really. No.
She's a skilled fighter. Yeah, DJ, I agree. She's a skilled fighter, but she wasn't copying his moves. It was basically just them going tit for tat back and forth because they both were on the same level.
Right.
So Mel's gonna fuss at me, but I don't care. We're gonna blow past this next break. And go into Rod's books we should be reading. I mean, why not? What the fuck? We ain't done shit today like shit else today like we were supposed to do. Because Uncle Michael's in the building, and when Uncle Michael's in the building, we just kick it freestyle. You see what I did there?
Nice
I just
one, nice one.
I just have two this week, and this is one from the DC Vault. A while ago, a long time ago, DC had this great idea to have a call-in number to see if one of their characters was going to die, and that character was Jason Todd, the second Robin who replaced Dick Grayson in Batman. They had a call-in number to say, "Hey, do you want Robin to live or do you want Robin to die?" And of course, being the sadistic people that the comic book audience is, called in and voted for this dude to die. So, in the comics, he died at the hands of the Joker. The Joker beat him up with a crowbar and then blew him up in Ethiopia. This actually is this is the alternate ending that they would have released had the people who called in for him to live won. So this is the release of A Death in the Family, is book 3, but instead of Jason Todd dying, Batman finds his body and finds him in the wreckage of the explosion, and he ends up living. He's in a coma, but he's alive. So, of course, this was done by Jim Starlin, Jim Aparo, and DiCarlo. DiCarlo also was on it. Now, this is really wild because a lot of it, there isn't really a whole lot of dialogue in it, at least as far as Batman is concerned. It's a lot of his inner monologue where he's thinking, and they show him in flashbacks where he first met Jason. Jason tried to steal the wheels off the Batmobile, and that's how he found him. And then he took him in to become the new Robin, and he found out that even though he is a great detective and he's really intelligent, he's very headstrong and he's got a rebellious streak, and that was the thing that ended up getting him on the wrong side of the Joker's crowbar.
He's kind of stupid too, because I mean, if you steal the wheels off the Bat mobile, I mean, what are you gonna do with them? It don't fit nothing but the Batmobile.
Hey, they didn't even. That's true, but they didn't even get into all that. They just said just basically was like,
my bad,
just to characterize Jason Todd as that type of dude, as that dude. So,
gotcha.
Yeah, this is the what would have been released had that number had the winning numbers, and Jason Todd would live. So the next one is G.I. Joe from Skybound Studios, being produced by Image Comics. This is G.I. Joe. It's actually 303. That's how long this has been going, ladies and gentlemen, through IDW or through Image Comics, through Skybound. And Larry Hama has been around for almost all of it, I believe.
He's still writing this?
He is.
God damn. Mike, I only hope you have this kind of tenure, man. Shit.
You can get 303 issues or something in, bro. God bless you. But yeah, this is G.I. Joe, a real American hero, and this storyline basically has it comes in after the aftermath of Dr. Mindbender's bomb going off on Cobra Island, turning all the people who were there into sentient cannibals, zombies.
Wow.
And Serpentor is there, and he's rallying the troops, and they're getting it into making a deal with another entity to be able to go to Springfield, which is Cobra's headquarters, the city of Springfield. So he wants to get his people together and take over Springfield. Meanwhile, the Joes are listening in with all kinds of surveillance, and they're pretty much going to allow them to kind of kill each other off, and then they'll step in. As a show of what this other company called Revenge can do, they decide to send up some cybernetic ninja to take out Scarlet and Snake Eyes. You can pretty much guess how that went. But toward the end, it appears that one of the ninja went kamikaze and actually took them out on a feed that shows up to Cobra Commander. So that's how that issue ends. So the next issue is going to start, and we'll find out, hopefully, what actually happened with Scarlet and Snake Eyes, and whether or not those new allies of Serpentor are going to actually gain access to the pit, which is G.I. Joe's secret headquarters. which
Man,
is
you
also
had
part of
me
that
in
plan.
cybernetic ninja.
This is what I command.
All right. Well, thank you, Uncle Rod, for those fascinating books. So, Uncle Mike, when we are at the end of the show, I like to ask everybody what they have for us on the way out the door. Anything, words of encouragement, words of whatever for us on the way as we head out?
Well, if everybody could just go out to the Kickstarter at fskgo.com, pledge or share or do both. It'd be appreciated. Even if you don't have any money, the share is just as valuable as making a pledge. We want and need more people to learn about our comic books. We have a library of 42 books, which also is available on this Kickstarter, which would normally be $420. We are doing a crazy discount, and you can get all 42 comics for $225 with free shipping, and have every single book in our library on there. We have new hats, the Hotshot logo. We got the Freestyle Comics logo. We have new bomber jackets that are all like designed and they look super great. Action figure, which is brand new. We just got this made. We have already 10 orders of this on the Kickstarter, and we are 3D printing and making these all ourselves. 25 points of articulation. They all come in this collector's box, so you will be getting that. And of course, the Hot Shot series is on there. We have a lot of cool things on there. So fskgo.com to go get that, go share or back it.
Nice. Uncle Percy, what you got for us on the way out the door?
I just want everybody just to be safe. I just got back from North Carolina, taking the boy back to school because of the weather. So I just want everybody to be safe because there's another storm coming this way.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy this weekend.
He goes to A&T, right?
Yeah, he goes to A&T. So
they just lost heat in the dorms.
Yeah. It's 47 degrees, and they're shutting down the school.
They are.
Come on now.
Okay, Percy.
Come on now.
You live in Chicago. That's North Carolina. 47 degrees. 47 degrees to you is a summer breeze. In North Carolina, they shut shit down.
Yeah, along with snow and all that other stuff. My nephew's out there too. So yeah, I've been trying to contact him and find out what's going on over there.
After driving through a blizzard to get them down there, they're gonna shut down school at 47 degrees. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna move on before you get mad. Uncle DJ, anything for us on the way out the door?
Bastards.
Oh my God. The 49ers. All about the 49ers this weekend, getting them damn Packers, them fudge Packers out of the playoffs. Aside from that, I mean, it's football.
There you go. Auntie Amayu?
First of all, being from Detroit, I have to say go Lions. Okay. Now that I got that out of the way, I want y'all to check out the show, The Devil's Plan on Netflix, so that I'll have somebody to talk to about it. Okay. It's a reality competition show, but it's very interesting. It's making me feel a little bit dumb, but that's okay. You know,
The Devil's Plan?
The Devil's Plan.
Reality TV? Nah.
Yes, but it's a competition show. It's not like, girl, you fucked my man. It's not that.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, if you ain't got shit else to do, check out The Devil's Plan on Netflix.
Just watch it.
Even if you do.
Uncle Rod, what you got?
All right, real quick. I actually looked at Rebel Moon. I watched Rebel Moon.
Okay.
And it's not bad. It's not bad. But what it is that it's somewhat predictable. But overall, it's not bad as a film. I know you hate the Zack Snyder slow motion, but to me it didn't bother me that much. I thought the characterizations were really cool. And like I was saying, you know, I when I saw more than one black man on the screen, I'm like, well, one of them's gonna die. So that, you know, again, that's again, it's not really surprising. It was somewhat predictable, but I like the story.
Okay.
So I'm in for the second installment.
I mean, it's nice to look at.
Yeah, it is. Cinematography is very nice.
Cinematography, special effects, all that is really nice. So that's it. Thanks once again, as always, to Uncle Michael Watson for joining us today of Freestyle Comics. Sir, you are welcome here whenever you so desire to come back. Appreciate you, man.
Hey, I like you here. I'm definitely gonna take you up on that.
All right, all right. So, Auntie Nicole, hope everything is well, and we welcome you back soon, hopefully. For Auntie Amayu, Uncle Rod, Uncle Percy, Uncle DJ, super producer Mel, I am Uncle John. We are the Grumpy Old Nerds every Thursday at 8:30. We grace the airwaves or the internets. I just showed my age, didn't I? We grace the internets with our presence and our opinions, and there's nothing you can do about it. Again, check us out every Thursday, 8:30, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and myjbn.com. Good night, everybody.